Motivation isn't something you wait for, it's something you create. You don't wake up every day feeling like a champion. You choose to show up like one. Goals are louder than excuses. Destiny is louder than doubt. You don't need permission to be great. You don't need the perfect mood, the perfect weather, or the perfect plan. What you need is hunger. You need a reason that wakes you up and shakes you out of average. That fire doesn't start on its own. You've got to strike the match every single day. And when the world tells you to slow down, when people tell you it's okay to settle, you've got to look them in the eye and say, I didn't come this far to stop now. Because average is easy. Giving up is easy, but chasing purpose, that's where the real fight is. That's where the champions are built, not on the days they feel good, but on the days they don't feel like showing up and still do anyway. The grind doesn't care how you feel. It doesn't wait for you to be in the mood. It demands action. It demands sacrifice. You got to show up when you're tired, show up when you're broken, show up when you're doubting yourself. Because when you stay consistent through chaos, when you push through the resistance, something powerful starts to happen. You begin to transform. You start becoming someone who lives them. Every rep, every page, every cold morning run, it's all evidence that you're not just wishing, you're working. And that's what separates dreamers from doers. The people you admire, the ones breaking records and setting new standards, they didn't get there because they were always motivated. They got there because they built systems, they built routines, they built mindsets. They used discipline as the engine. And discipline shows up whether you feel like it or not. You think it's about inspiration, it's about identity. You've got to see yourself as the kind of person who doesn't give up. You got to talk to yourself differently. Stop saying, I hope I can do this. Start saying, this is who I am. Because once your identity shifts, your habits follow. Once your mind locks in, your body has no choice but to follow. You're not weak, you're not lazy. You just haven't fed your purpose enough. You've been feeding your fears. You've been feeding your doubts. You've been letting comfort win. But the version of you that's on the other side of discomfort, that version is worth the fight. That version is powerful. That version is focused. That version doesn't get distracted by temporary emotion. That version is in it for the long haul. And to get there, you got to make a decision today. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. You've got to say, I'm done negotiating with average. I'm done waiting on motivation to find me. I'm becoming the kind of person who shows up regardless. Look around you. The world is full of people who started strong but finished weak. People who had talent but no grind. People who talked big but didn't back it up with discipline. That's not going to be your story. You're going to be the one who digs deep when everyone else is sleeping. You're going to be the one who keeps going when the noise gets loud. You're going to be the one who builds quietly and lets the results speak. Because success isn't always loud. Sometimes it's just a silent echo of one more rep, one more hour, one more day of showing up with everything you got. That's what greatness looks like. It's not flashy. It's consistent. It's relentless. It's locked in. People keep waiting for the right time. They wait until they feel ready. But the truth is the right time never comes. You create it. You declare it. You step into it. And yeah, it's going to be hard. There are going to be days when your body wants to quit. There are going to be seasons where nothing seems to work. But that's the test. That's when the inner champion rises. That's when you learn what you're made of. It's not about who starts the fastest. It's about who keeps going when everything inside says stop. And if you can master that, if you can push through the pressure, you become unstoppable. This journey is not about hype. It's about heart. It's not about talking big. It's about living big. Motivation is a spark, but discipline is the fuel. You can light the fire, but if you don't feed it, it'll burn out. That's why you've got to guard your habits, guard your mind, stay away from distractions that drain your energy. Surround yourself with people who push you, not people who pacify you. Because not everyone will understand your grind. Not everyone will get your vision, and that's okay. You weren't called to be understood. You were called to rise. You were called to lead. You were called to break generational patterns, and that takes work. That takes focus. That takes a decision to keep going, even when no one claps for you. You've got to learn how to clap for yourself, how to speak life over your own dreams, how to encourage yourself when the room goes silent. That's when it gets real. That's when you find out how bad you want it. And if you want it bad enough, you'll do what it takes. Stop comparing your journey. You'll stop waiting for signs and start becoming the sign. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you get stronger. Every time you choose action over excuses, you level up. It's not about motivation anymore, it's about transformation. And transformation takes pressure, it takes fire, it takes repetition. So stop looking for easy and start building endurance. You weren't built to be average. You weren't designed to play small. There's something in you that's bigger than fear, bigger than failure, bigger than fatigue, and you'll never find it if you keep quitting every time it gets tough. You've got to stay in the ring. You've got to keep swinging. You've got to keep getting up, even when life hits hard, because that's what champions do. They don't wait for motivation. They don't wait for ideal conditions. They just show up day in, day out, no matter what, because showing up is where the power is. That's where confidence is built. That's where legends are made, not in one big moment, but in 1,000 small ones where you decided to keep going. You've got to train your mind to override your mood. Your mind has to lead the way. If you lead with feelings, you'll quit. But if you lead with principles, if you lead with purpose, you'll last. You'll outwork the competition. You'll outlast the doubt, because motivation might get you started, but purpose keeps you going. And purpose is born in the fire and the rejection and the silence and the grind that no one sees. That's where real motivation is forged, not in height, in habit, not in feeling, in faith. Faith that if you keep planting, the harvest will come. Faith that if you keep pushing, the breakthrough will follow. Faith that if you don't quit, you will win. And that's the mindset you got to walk in every day, not just on the days when it's easy, not just on the days when the sun is shining, every day, especially the hard ones, because those are the ones that matter most. Those are the ones that shape you, that refine you, that define you. So when it's hard, you smile and say, let's go. When it's uncomfortable, you lean in. When it's uncertain, you trust the process, because you didn't come this far to let your feelings stop you. You came this far because something in you refuses to settle. Something in you is built for more, and you're not leaving until you get it. You've got to move like your future depends on it, because it does. You got to grind like every second counts, because it does. This isn't a game. This is your life. This is your legacy. This is your name, your purpose, your calling. And you can't keep treating it like a hobby. You can't keep acting like you got all the time in the world. Time doesn't wait. Life doesn't pause. Opportunities don't knock forever. So you either rise or you rust. You either go all in or you get left behind. And every time you hesitate, every time you delay, you're letting your dream slip further away. So stop hesitating, stop doubting, stop sitting on the sidelines watching other people live the life you were built for. Start moving like it's already yours. Start thinking like a winner, not a worrier. Start showing up like success is the only option, because the truth is, if you're not going all out, you're cheating yourself. You're robbing yourself of what you could be. You got greatness inside you. But greatness doesn't grow in comfort zones. Greatness is born in discipline and struggle, in the days where you show up with zero applause, zero validation, and still give 100%. That's where confidence comes from. Not from praise, but from preparation. Not from people cheering for you, but from you cheering for yourself when no one else does. There will be moments when it feels like nothing's working, when you're putting in the hours and getting no results, when the dream feels distant. But hear me. You don't grow when it's easy. You grow when it's hard. You grow when you push through the plateau, when you push through the boredom, when you push through the voice in your head saying, what's the point? The point is you made a promise to yourself, and you keep that promise not because it's convenient, but because you got integrity, you got discipline, you got a fire in you that doesn't flicker just because the world gets cold. You've got to be the thermostat, not the thermometer. Stop letting your environment dictate your energy. Stop letting your emotions run your schedule. Set the tone, control the room, take ownership of your mindset. Wake up every day and decide who you're going to be, not based on how you feel, but based on who you're becoming, because feelings are temporary, but becoming is eternal. You don't get stronger by giving in. You get stronger by standing up, by pushing back, by looking adversity in the face and saying, you're not bigger than my purpose. Success isn't about luck, it's about leverage. And the greatest leverage you have is your ability to be consistent when others quit, your ability to stay focused when others get distracted, your ability to execute when others make excuses. That's what will set you apart. Not talent, not charisma, execution, discipline, hunger, that I'll stay up late and wake up early kind of hunger, that I'll outwork everybody in the room kind of hunger. That's what it takes. Because the truth is, somebody out there is grinding like their life depends on it. And they're coming for everything you said you wanted. You don't get what you wish for. You get what you work for. You get what you fight for. So if you're tired of starting over, stop quitting. If you're tired of feeling stuck, get moving. If you're tired of your own excuses, do something about it. You've got more control than you think. You've got more power than you realize. But you've got to own it. You've got to wake up and say, no more waiting, no more playing small, no more hiding. And once you say that, once you decide, everything changes. Not because life gets easier, but because you get stronger, you get sharper, you get serious. And when you get serious, results follow. So what if it's hard? So what if you don't feel like it? So what if no one believes in you yet? Believe in yourself, bet on yourself, show up for yourself. Because if you can stay motivated when no one's watching, you'll dominate when the spotlight finally comes. If you can stay focused in the shadows, you'll shine when it's your time. But the spotlight isn't the goal. The growth is, the becoming is. Who you turn into on the way there, that's what really matters. Because once you become the kind of person who doesn't quit, who doesn't fold, who doesn't flinch in the face of pressure, there's nothing that can stop you. So now it's on you, not tomorrow. Not next week, right now. Decide who you're going to be. Choose to keep showing up when it's hard. Choose to believe in your vision even when nobody claps. Choose to stay locked in, fired up, and hungry. Because motivation isn't just a feeling, it's a decision. And every day you get to choose whether to rise or retreat, build or break, grow or give up. So choose power, choose purpose, choose discipline. And when the world looks back, they won't remember your excuses. They'll remember your ride. Now go be relentless.